Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This one's going to be a little bit different. I just recently found out about the Door Kickers 2 Discord. Go ahead and roast me in the comments. Never claimed to be tech or social media savvy, but needless to say, there is a ton of content on the Discord server. Typically, I like walking my way through missions, trying to explain my thought process to you all, hoping that you can pick up some tactics, some tips, techniques, whatever you want to call them, using my experience as a SWAT member and then translating it into the game. Now, there are multiple ways to clear a structure. If you ever come across someone who says that their way is the only way, just, smile, nod, and then never go back to them for any more training. I've no doubt made plenty of errors in my very short YouTube career when I've been trying to explain tactics and gameplay. So don't think that this in any way is me trying to dunk on someone else and their thought process why they were doing something. Truth be told, I've made plenty of errors in live SWAT operations. No one is perfect. We learn from our mistakes. But I think this will be a fun way to address some errors that I see here, because often, we'll learn more from our mistakes than we will from our success. So with that long drawn out intro out of the way, I'm going to be reacting to a video that I found on the Discord. I'm going to point some things out that I would do differently, and then hopefully we can all learn something together in the process. So with that being said, we're starting here on this mission called Night Call. So it's a hostage rescue mission. Looks like they are playing with the CAG operators. Much respect. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm just going to play their video. I'll pause it when I see something that I deem necessary, and we'll talk about it from there. I got my little marker here so I can mark things if we see something, and we'll just go from here. All right, so we'll go ahead and look at their loadouts as they're coming through here. Looks like they've got a extended mag here. Very nice. 1911. Always respect that. Level 3 plates in the front and back. Typically we're going to be rocking level 4 plates, but that's everyone's own procedure there. Slap charges, 9-bangers. We don't carry 9-bangers on the SWAT team, which would be nice, but we just have the normal flashbangs. And then the dynamic hammer. So I guess we're going to be using him as like a breacher. Next we've got bangers, frags, and more bangers. Again, we don't have access to frags on the SWAT team, unfortunate, but if we had frags, that'd be dope. One thing we do just need to be careful of is this is a hostage rescue mission, and we don't want to throw frags anywhere near where the hostage may be. So just keep that in mind. Interesting that we've got this guy wearing level 4 plates. I would like to see just the whole team rocking the same loadout. I'm not sure why we would want some people in level 3 and some people in level 4, but no big deal there. This guy back to level 3. Pocket charges, all good there. Demo charge, frag grenades again. Pocket charge, no big deal. Use that to get through some doors. Again, frag, same as before. Demo charge, if we want to take down a wall, sounds good. But again, we want to be careful with that in a hostage rescue type mission. And then here we are, slap charges, bangers, all the way good to go. So there's the loadout that they're rocking. So off the rip here, we get going pretty quick. One thing I do want to point out is I like how we have one guy here. He's taking out the bad guy that's up here. One thing that we do need to be careful of is this block of cover here. As this guy moved around this way, he's actually got his back exposed right here. It's hard to tell if their windows are exposed or not, just from the angle here. I'm not sure if there's drapes or anything in front of there. But right now, this area, all right here, this has not been cleared because this guy cannot see it. So we do need to be careful on watching our back here. What I would have liked to see is for this guy to be holding here like he is. I would have liked for this guy to come with him and they move in unison. So this guy's getting a nice pie into this room, clearing everything out. But I'd like to see this guy moving at the same time with his muzzle oriented this direction, so he can see if there's anyone here and he'd be able to take shots. Because again, that is blocking this guy's point of view there. So we will continue the video. And we'll go ahead and pause here for a second as well. Typically, when we have our window teams, we're going to have 2 guys on one side and 1 guy on the other. So we do have the right setup here. However, typically we're going to want whichever guy is going to be breaking the window. In this case, this guy's the one breaking the window. We would prefer to have a second guy with him. So right now you've got 2 over here and 1 over here. Both of these guys are looking in the same direction. There's really no reason for them to both be looking in this direction here. Instead, we would like to have a second guy over here with him. If this is the window we've decided we want to break out, we'd like to take this guy and move him here. That way he can watch into this corner, which is all dead space here. This has not been cleared yet. So if there were someone standing right here, as this guy's jumping through the window, he's going to get smoked. So that kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone if we have this guy watching our back. Once this area is cleared, then we can turn around. We can look this way while he looks this way, and then we can jump in. So a little bit of difference there. Now, as soon as we get in with this guy, he's picking up on the door, which is great. And now we will pause right here for a second. So you can see here that we had this guy who was our man out here. He moved across this way, and now he's going to make entry. So he's planting a charge on this door. That's all good. I would like to have this guy be right up here on him, because if this door swings open for some reason and you're standing back here, right now you're going to have to shoot like over the shoulder of this dude setting his charge up. I would prefer to have my cover man directly right here. So if the door swings open, your muzzle's right in the door and you're good to go. Also from down here, excellent that we are watching the front door. I really like that he's watching his rear like that. The only problem is, again, this dude here, he moved from down here straight in front of this guy's line of fire. So how I would have preferred for that to happen is for this guy to be posted up right here. He can still have a line of sight on the door, but then this dude here can come without going in front of our muzzle. Because right now he has to drop his muzzle when he walks across, which is just an extra second that someone could pop out, and now we're just in a shit show. So instead, we'd prefer to not have to cross his muzzle if that is at all possible. So we'll continue with the video here as everyone gets inside. So looks like we're cutting the power. One thing I would like to do, instead of having everyone focused in this direction, this is just a sedan, so we can definitely see over the top of it, especially over the trunk area. What I would like to see is I would have liked to have one of these guys posted up right here. That way, as soon as this door swings open, he's got a nice line of sight this direction. Same deal. Right now, these 3 dudes, they do all have their guns up, but they're all kind of pointed at the same thing. I would have preferred to have this guy possibly right here so that he can see into this deep corner. He's watching this way, and then we can move this guy up to about here so he's got a better angle into the room there. Nothing crazy, but just a couple of things to try and think about. We're all about playing our game of angles here. So on our way in, it was super quick, but we actually never cleared this last little section here. Unlikely that there's going to be someone here, but both of these dudes just came in and went straight this direction. I would like to have that first guy probably go this direction because we want to pick up on this door. But that second guy, you know, he's not really doing anything if he's already got his gun pointed at this door. I would have liked for him to have just quickly glanced behind here, seen that it's all clear. I also would have liked to see these guys a little bit closer on their tails, because right now we're doing a little bit of slinky effect on our way up to this next door, which is not exactly the best idea. So we're getting everyone set up in the room here, and now this is a big pet peeve of mine. So right here, it's hard to really see because the game is just how the game is, but the door handle is on this side of the door. Whenever possible, we're going to want to open doors from the door handle side, especially if it's a inward swinging door. The reason we want to do that is because as soon as this door opens, so this door, you know, it opens in this direction, like you can see here. We want our breacher to be on this side of the door, because as soon as this door opens, you can see this line of sight that he has into the room. We'd prefer to have this guy standing right here, but this guy not be in his way. You know, right now we've got our muzzle like literally pointed through this guy. And if someone's waiting here, like this dude is, it's going to be very easy for him to take rounds. One, he doesn't have his gun up. He's the breacher. He doesn't need to have his gun up. But two, this guy, we always want him to get the best view into the room. So if we open from the door handle side, as that door swings open this way, you can see that he's going to attack the crack, is what we like to call it. So as soon as that door cracks open, imagine the door is just to right here. He can already, if there's a dude standing right here, our number one man, as the breacher is swinging that door open, as soon as the door opens, we can start to clear this area here. As the door opens a little more, we can see this area here. As the door continues to open to where it is now we can obviously see this entire area. So we want our breacher to be on the door handle side. We want our number one, we'll just change this into a little B. We want our breacher to be here. We want our number one man to be here. We want our number two man to be here holding cover for the breacher, because as this door swings open, imagine there's a dude right here. If the breacher's standing right here, he doesn't have his gun up yet. Number two is going to be able to take shots on him. So we want 1 and 2 set up on opposite sides of the door, and we want our breacher here on the door handle side. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone. So we start taking shots, and now this is another thing that we don't like to see. We don't want our number one man to just start pressing into this room. So we're taking contact. We've got 3 bad guys. There's nothing that says we can't just hang out here outside of the room. I would much prefer to get into a gunfight outside of this room. As we push into this room, we're shooting this guy. We're also shooting this guy. But what happens if there is another guy up here? We're streaming into this room, and we're literally just making ourselves an easier target for this guy. The closer we get to him, the better his shot's going to be. So I would prefer, or again, breacher set up here, number 2 right here, number 1 right here. We'll put number 4 over here, or number 3 over here. We'll call our breacher number 4. But as soon as that door swings open and we see these bad guys, number 1, he's just going to plant himself right here. He needs to start taking out all these bad guys before we make entry into the room. As we start pressing in like this, we start to get into a sticky situation where there's unseen areas. Right now you can see we've broken the threshold of this door. If there's someone up here, they can start shooting at us on our way in. I'd much prefer to just get into our engagement over here, clear out everyone that we can, and then we'll make entry into the room. So you can see here, there actually was another guy who came in this direction. And a problem that we have right now, he's watching our rear, which is fine. I don't have any problem with someone keeping track on the rear, but we honestly haven't cleared our hard corners yet. So we are shooting these bad guys, which is good, but as we continue, you'll see that we never actually turned and looked up here. So that's why it's so important to get into our engagement, staying inside this room, kill all the bad guys from as far out as we can, and then we can make entry into the room. Once we made an entry into the room, you know, we've got our full stack. We'll say we've got 4 guys. So standing from the doorway, we will have cleared out, we'll say, this much of the room, right? So everything out here, we probably can't quite see around this corner. So we'll say all of this area here has been cleared out by us standing over here in the room. So what we can do then, since this area is all cleared, we can have our number 1 man push in this way while looking in this direction. We can have our number 2 man push into here and be looking this direction. Number 3 can come to here, and number 4 to here. That got real ugly real quick with all the colors in there. But then we would make sure that this area had all been cleared out. This area was all clear from us standing inside the doorway here. So this needs to be cleared, and then obviously everything else that's going on over here needs to be cleared. So the big takeaway here is that this corner never got cleared. Everyone's just worried about shooting down this direction. And right now, if someone were to pop out of one of these doors, these two guys are going to get shot in the side. He's not going to have a shot this direction because he's not going to have to shoot through the middle of his buddies. So I've got no problem with how these two guys start to move up here. I say that, but now we've come to a new problem up here. We've got two doors and we've only got two operators. Whenever we take a door, we definitely want two guys. If we want to take this room first, we're going to want one guy to be holding on this door. So right now, how I would have preferred for this to happen would be to take this guy, move him up. He's going to stop in front of this door. He's going to use his plates and his rifle as a shield in case anyone opens up here. And then these two will attack that. This guy can pull to right here. And then he's got a really good field of view on everything going this direction. So right now we're about to just have two guys attacking two separate doors. So again, here we just straight up Spartan kicked this door open. There's a time and a place for that. Again, if this door were to swing open right now, he's completely exposed, which is why we want one of these guys up here. But second, as he kicks that door open, this dude really doesn't have that great of a view into the room. So what I would have preferred to see, we're going to go back to blue here. The pink is a little rough for me. What I would have preferred to see would be have one guy standing right here, blocking the door. Second guy here on that door handle side, and then a third guy here with his gun pointed straight up and ready to go. If you want to kick this door, that's fine, but number two is going to be breaching that door from here. One's blocking this door, and then three is going to have his muzzle pointed straight in, ready to go. So we clear that room just fine. And then honestly, this is how this just happened right here is excellent. I would have preferred for that to have happened up here in this bathroom. So the guy over here kicks the door open and he is able to see into the depths of the room. So we got our number one man here throwing the flashbang. Typically we would have preferred to have someone further back in the stack to throw that bang. So again, another reason why we would prefer to have this third guy up here. He's holding a good angle here. He's holding a good angle long. Let's go ahead and bring that third guy up to toss that flashbang in. Good entry into the room. He's going to take this hard corner, and the rest of the room's already been cleared, so he's just going to pick up on the door. Excellent. So I will say he did make entry into this room a little quick. So number two man is a little bit far behind right here. I would have preferred for him to pause at the doorway while the 9-banger is still going off. Wait until he gets a tap or a squeeze or whatever their protocol is, saying that his number two man is right there and ready to go, and then he can go ahead and make entry. Also here, both guys just walked straight into this room. We had both guys walk straight into the room. This corner never gets looked at. So it worked out because there wasn't a guy standing here, but if there was a guy standing here, number one man never looked at it. Number two man also never looked at it. Again, we're coming up to an area where we've got more threats than we really have available operators. We've only got the two guys here. So if we had that third guy backing around in here with them, number one can come into the door, take a right, and clear this area. Number two can hold on this threat. And then as the third guy comes in, he can hold on this threat. Once this area is cleared by the number one man, he can go ahead and turn his attention this direction. But right now we've just got two guys that just walked straight into the room. They're not paying attention to that threat at all. So we've got good cross coverage set up here. You can see into this room, and he is looking down around this way. I would just be careful because it looks like we are dangerously close to getting around the corner here. Typically, we want to stay a meter off of our muzzle of our partner. So right now we're shooting straight through his muzzle. So just take an extra second. There's no rush for us to be pushing this way necessarily. especially if we had 3 guys up here. But up here, we're about to see something that I definitely don't like. This man is going to do a single breach into this bathroom. So you can see there, he did make that breach on his own. If there was someone standing right here while he was turned around donkey kicking this door, you're just going to take shots in the back. So we definitely want to make sure that we've got 2 guys on a large bathroom like this. Sometimes you end up only sending 1 person into a room because it's a small room, and that's fine, but we want to be set up with 2 guys. And then as number 1 makes entry, they can call out small room, and then we can know that, and then we don't have to send a whole team in there. But we definitely want to breach with at least 2 people there. So good cross coverage here. Again, this is sort of set up the same way as the bathroom. He needs to wait just an extra second for another guy to get here with him. Also, as these guys go across this threshold here, as they're moving across this way, they are kind of exposed at this angle. I know that he's got a muzzle pointed this direction, which is great. But if there's someone further down here that he can't quite see yet, they are going to be able to take shots as they move across. So what I would like to see is I would like for this guy to coordinate with the team moving this direction. And I'd like for him to block this door with his plates while he continues to face this direction, while these 2 guys get set up to take this room with both people at the same time. Again, this to me is too much space in between our number 1 and our number 2 man as they're making entry out here. Same deal here. Right now, it's kind of hard to see, but that's why we do the play-by-plays here. Right now, he is exposed through this window to anyone who's farther south this direction. And honestly, I don't think this guy ever stopped and looked left as he came around this corner. So he's pushing straight across. We've got his back exposed, and there could be someone waiting down here. If they are waiting down here, both of those guys could be getting shot in the back. So same deal. As we send 1 and 2 guys into this room, this guy would have been standing here blocking this door. I would have liked to have the same thing. He just sidesteps this direction to block this window, as this guy is still waiting back here with his muzzle oriented that direction. That way we've taken this room and any threats that could be shooting us in the back out of the equation. So a little bit interesting thing that happened right there. Went really fast, but still important. So we've noticed that there is a threat down here. There is also a threat here. And I didn't realize until just now, but this has been a threat the whole time as well. So I know that this is the front door to the structure, so we cleared everyone on the outside here, but no one ever cleared this area here. So I definitely don't want people walking past all of these closed doors because someone could pop out. Someone that was waiting in here in the foyer, or the foyer area, as it may be called. They could pop out of one of these doors at any time, and we don't have anything covered. This guy, he just now turned around this way. He was standing here facing this direction. I don't like that because, one, there's a door here, but there's also a door here. He's picking up on this door now, which is good. But really, we're going to need at least 4 people to handle this problem, because we've got 1 threat here, a 2nd threat here, and a 3rd threat here. So we're going to need someone facing this door, and then 2 people to make entry into this space here. So once we have this area here, I really wouldn't want to give that up. We had a guy standing right here facing this direction. He's already seen the majority of this room. I would just go ahead and let this guy make entry with number 2. They can handle this problem, and our straggler here, he can come down here and be number 4. Good job on how we opened up that door. I'm a fan of that, and that's where they're able to get the last kill. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, drop down in the comments if this is a video that you liked. If you want to see some more React content where it's not just me playing through the mission, but it's me going through maybe stuff that you guys have submitted. You guys are more than welcome to tag me and stuff. Put it down in the comments. Email me, send me a message on Instagram, on Twitter, don't care. And I'll try and get back to you. If you guys enjoy content like this, we can make it a more regular thing that we do on the channel. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please drop a like, subscribe, turn your notifications on. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and that's incredible to me. And that just goes as a big old shout out to you guys. I really appreciate it. I had no idea that I'd be getting the kind of traction with the channel that I am. So love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.